Think your lashes have hit their limit? Discover limitless length and full volume with Maybelline Sky High Mascara. The Flex Tower brush bends to volumize and extend every single lash from root to tip. And the lightweight bamboo-infused formula makes lashes feel weightless. Now in 8 bold shades so you can take your lashes to new heights every day. Visit Maybelline.com to shop Sky High Mascara now.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
How is it you are justified in stopping payment on both of their checks?
Well, first it was extortion, trying to extort the $1,150 out of me, which she did, which I have evidence over here that I can play for you.
This is the plaintiff, Rochelle. She says she's a real estate agent who found the defendant a house to rent, and then he turned around and stopped payment on his commission check. The guy's a retired police officer, for crying out loud. What he did is disgusting and illegal, and she's suing him for every penny of the $1,150 he owes her. This is the defendant, Charles. He says the plaintiff told him she would waive her fee because he was her neighbor for 10 years, and anytime anything broke, he would repair it for her for free. The plaintiff then went back on their deal and demanded he pay a refinder's fee. He gave her a check, but then found out he could stop the check if the realtor did anything illegal, which in his eyes she did, so he owes nothing. He's accused of stiffing a broker. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for misrepresentation.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Rochelle, you've asked us not to mention your last name. You are suing Charles. You've asked us not to mention your last name for $1,150 in a commission fee that he paid you a check for and then stopped payment on the check. After he moved in, I guess? Mm-hmm. All right. You are counterclaiming against her $5,000 for misrepresentation. Let's talk to you first, Rochelle. What happened?
I lived next door to the defendant for about 10 years, and he approached me and asked me if I would help him find a rental in the neighborhood. He was looking to move. I told him that I would be able to help him, and, we were neighbors and supposedly friends for all the years that we lived next door to each other. I found him a house in Hewlett that he loved. You found the house? Well, I found a listing on...
but I'm saying you found it, not... You found a listing, not he found a listing and he asked you to look it up.
No, I found a listing for him, and I showed it to him.
Okay.
Brought him, showed it to him.
Okay.
He loved it. He told me he loved it.
So you came up with the house. You show him the house. Did you ever tell him you weren't going to charge him?
I basically said I would try to help him the best way I possibly could. I never said...
What does that mean?
Means that I try to work with him as far as negotiating the price of the house, make sure that he got it right, and work.
Did you ever tell him you weren't going to charge him for your services?
No, I never said I wouldn't. I said I would run it by my company to see if I could work with the commission in my company.
Okay, and as it turns out, you ran it by your company and?
I can't do that.
Okay.
I told him I make money. I have to charge him commission. It's part of how I make a living, and asking me, I just didn't think was
When did you tell him that I won't be able to?
Well, he lived right next door to me, so I went over.
Not how, when?
Oh, well.
Like when in the progress of all this?
Prior to signing the lease and prior to going into the house.
Okay.
So he knew he
prior
had
to even looking at the house?
Well, in the same process. It didn't take long for him to see the house and like the house and want the house, so it moved fairly quickly.
Okay.
The whole process.
So sometime before the signing of the lease?
Before the signing of the lease, yes. He knew that he had to pay a commission.
So he writes you a check for half the commission.
Correct.
And writes her a check, the actual listing agent, for half the commission.
Correct.
Okay. And then he signs the lease.
Correct.
And then when you go to deposit the check, he has stopped payment on both yours and the other person. Why? What's going on?
Okay, partially what she said was correct, and half of it was wrong. She was my next door neighbor. She approached me. She says, "I heard that you're going to be moving." And she says, I'm in real estate. She says, "Since you've done favors for me," she says, I told her I'm not looking to pay any real estate fees. So she says, "Well, since you've done favors for me, I won't charge you my fee. I'll find a place that you won't have to pay a fee." I was online looking for houses myself. I found this one house, and I told her about it. She says yes, she had that listing down also, and that.
Did that happen? That last thing he said, that he called you and said, "Hey, look at this listing." Okay. Go on.
She says that a girlfriend of ours has that listing, and she'll talk to the girlfriend to try to bang it up between both of them. So then I went down to the house even before that, and the owner wouldn't show it to me because he said it's with the realtor. I said, okay. And then she got together with the other realtor. We all three of us went down to the house. She told the other realtor that she wasn't going to charge me any fee because she was my next door neighbor and everything.
So why is she doing it? Why is she going through these Herculean efforts for you if she's not going to make any money at all?
As a favor to me, because I've done favors for her.
So she actively sought you out just to be able to do you the favor?
Well, that's sought me out. She's my next door neighbor.
I know, but you didn't ask her to do this for you as a favor. She just came to you and said, "Hey, I want to do you this favor."
I specifically told her. I was on the internet trying to do it so I didn't have to pay a real estate fee.
Well, but you picked a place that had a listing agent, so it didn't matter what you were
going to do. I was going to have to pay the other
right, so you were either going to pay $3,000 to that person or $1,500 to her and $1,500 to that person.
That's correct.
But you stopped payment on everything, which makes you seem kind of seedy and not kind of right and wronged by them who were all liars to you. What is it? Why would you stop payment on both checks?
Okay, what happened after we signed the lease in the house? They were trying to get cash. Okay, I think they were trying to stiff their bosses out of their part of the commission. We finished signing the lease. There was no problem between me and the landlord, and I said, "I'll take the lease. I live a few blocks away. I have a copy machine there. I'll copy it to give everybody copies." The other real estate agent said, "No, I'll take it back to my office and I'll drop you off copies tomorrow." Still till today, me nor the landlord have a copy of this lease. They never gave us a copy of the lease.
Is someone holding the copy of the lease because they didn't get their fees?
First of all, he got a copy of the lease. I have a copy of the lease. The other agent has a copy of the lease. I have a copy of the lease.
Who gave him a copy of the lease?
I gave him a copy of the lease. He has a copy of the lease.
Okay, he's just making this up to justify why he stopped payment on everybody?
Pretty much.
What is your excuse for stopping payment on both parties?
Because I didn't receive the lease, and then they would tell me other lies. They told me I had to get renter's insurance, and I had to have the cash for the first month and first month's rent and security. And
how's that a lie?
No, because they said the landlord wanted that. It was agreed at the time when we went down there that I was going to give them checks dated for the first of the month. Then they came back and they said that the landlord wanted this. I found out.
I don't understand what you're saying. How did they lie to you? The landlord wanted you to get renter's insurance. The landlord wanted first, last, and security.
The landlord didn't want. That's what they lied about. I've checked with the landlord. He says, "I never asked for renter's insurance." He says, "I never asked them to give you cash." He says, "All you had to do was give me checks." They were trying to get cash all along. They figured if I get the cash for the landlord, they probably take it out use it for the commission or something. Okay.
You're not making any sense. The cash for the landlord will go to the landlord. There's no motive for them to want you to give cash to the landlord.
Right, but they figured if I get...
I'm sorry, what is the reason why you've decided that after you ended up getting a place that had a listing agent who you would have paid $3,000 to, but for this arrangement between them sharing agents on it because she represents you and the... Right. How is it you are justified in stopping payment on both of their checks?
Well, first it was extortion, trying to extort the $1,150 out of me, which she did, which I have evidence over here that I can play for you. The fact that she did say to the other.
Play your evidence. You're going to show me evidence that she extorted you.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So here's the deal. Is this guy shady? That he's stopping payment in the check and now is coming up with this whole thing, oh, I did stuff for her in the past, it's extortion?
I believe it is very shady. And the reason why you don't think I believe that is very shady.
I really don't. This guy's jacking.
I don't.
Not shady.
Because, man, she probably did something shady too to him. I mean,
so you're justifying what this guy did. I will never loan you money.
I mean,
I want you to remember, just so you know, I will never loan you.
No. She probably did something to him.
He's very upset with me right now. We're going inside the courtroom.
You say you charged him, and he wrote you a check.
First of all,
and you're going to say that that's extortion. I haven't seen one of those in 20 years.
This is the other agent.
Hi, Charlie.
Yes, Annette. What's happening?
Hi, listen. What she did was wrong, and I told Tom. You know what? She told you in the beginning she wasn't going to charge you, and then she went back, whatever. All right, but let me tell you, I sincerely pushed for you for that house. And you know that. I mean, I did my best.
Annette, everybody's playing games with me with the lease and everything like that. I had it.
This is the other real estate agent trying to throw you under the bus so she can get her $1,500 or $1,150 paid for. So it's after the fact, after he turns around, and I just think it's so underhanded for you to use these two real estate agents and then stop payment on the checks and then tell me it's because you didn't get a copy of the lease. Do you have a copy of the lease on you here today? Yeah, oh, voila, here's a copy of the lease for you. What excuse do you have after that? Because she said she originally wasn't going to charge you. She denies ever having said that. But let's take it your way, that she originally said she wasn't going to charge you. At some point before you take that house, she says, look, I got to charge you. And you say, okay, and you write her a check. Where's the extortion? Because you really, 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 really wanted that house. You just don't want people to. This is how they eat.
Well, the agreement was that I was not going to have to pay a real estate fee. And then once
what agreement? You picked a house that was listed by a real estate agent. I mean, if she wasn't in the picture, you'd be paying the other real estate agent. The real estate agent is sharing her fee with her because she's in the picture.
And the other real estate agent can be paid.
Oh, really? Why'd you stop payment on her check? See, there's where you lose your credibility.
No, I haven't. There's an investigation.
And I don't even understand. There's a what?
There's an investigation. I put an investigation into it.
You're just a cheapskate, is what you are. You want to cheat people out of their fee. It's terrible. But aside from that, let me just ask you a question. You have a lawsuit against her for $5,000 for misrepresentation?
Yes.
And that would be what?
Well, I had to stay in my apartment, my house for another month. It cost me another $3,500 rent for the.
But what's a misrepresentation?
She held me off with the lease. I didn't know if I could move in on October 1st or not, and I eventually moved in on October 1st, but it was all backlogged because she was threatened. She was threatened. She threatened me. She said that you cannot move into that house because you're not going to. You didn't pay us the fee and everything. So
what's the how are you entitled to $5,000? Tell me how did you lose $5,000 or be damaged in a way?
All the aggravation that they put me through with not.
What did they put you through? They found you a nice house that you liked and that you got, and then you cheated them out of their commission.
I never got a lease.
Do me a favor, pay the lady $1,150, zero on the counterclaim.
Well, so the defendant, a retired cop, comes out into the hallway here on the losing end of this case, and what's your feeling on the outcome?
I don't think the judge really understood what was happening here and all the lies that were told to me and then renting this house.
I think the judge looked like she understood perfectly what was happening.
No, she didn't realize that initially I was not supposed to pay any real estate fee, and she reneged on that. I played it where even her associate said it was wrong what she did.
No, the judge heard you say that, and the judge listened to the tape, and she still thought you were trying to cheat her out of her fee.
I wasn't. I wasn't trying to cheat anybody. I still don't have a copy of the lease. So.
Yeah, but how do you like the house you're living in?
I like it.
Yeah, good. Okay.
All right, sir. You want to write this one?
All right, so come on in here. What do you think of this?
Justice was served. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How was he to deal with?
He was pretty difficult to deal with. I thought it was pretty lousy for your next-door neighbor to try to cheat you out of money. Mm-hmm. So now he has to pay me. Mm-hmm. Very happy.
You disappointed? Did you think that because
he's a retired cop?
Yeah.
And you kind of trust your neighbor and somebody that you hold, I guess, to a higher standard, that decided that he was better than everybody else and didn't want to pay.
All right, let's go to Harvey.
Okay, I just got to tell you one thing. If you stop payment on a check, you better have a very compelling reason. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
This is the plaintiff, Jasmine Dixon. She says she and the defendant went to college together, became friends, and he got her involved in a shady business deal and lost all her money. He was supposed to turn $100 into $1,000, but all the guy did was steal her money. Well, she's here to get it back and is suing the bad businessman for the $1,000 she's owed. This is the defendant, Justin Heslop. He says he was unfortunately scammed out of the money he invested for himself, the plaintiff, and others. Feels terrible about it, but it was just one of those things. Turns out it was for the better, because he now knows the investment was something illegal and doesn't want to be involved in anything illegal. He's accused of being a cold-hearted thief.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants went to college together, but things went south after the defendant got the plaintiff involved in a shady deal. Now, the defendant says he's a victim of an illegal scheme, too. It's the case of Let's Play the Pyramid.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
okay, Jasmine Dixon, you are suing Justin Heslop for $1,000 that you say he promised you if you just gave him $100.
Yes.
And he neither returned the 1,000 nor the 100.
Correct.
For what?
The money was for what?
Yeah, you didn't think I'd ask that? Yeah.
No, I don't know what it was. Well, for me, I was just going to use it for school. That was what it was for.
You think I mean how are you going to spend?
Yeah, I don't, like, what was...
Why did you give the defendant $100?
So he can give me $1,000.
How was he going to make 100 1,000?
I don't know. You have to ask him that.
Oh, no, I'm asking you that because you handed him the 100. So how did you think
he said that his aunt was going to give him a check for $3,000, and he said that I would get 1,000 from that. All I had to do was give 100.
Why would anybody do that?
Do what? Give the $100?
Offer to you a chance to make $1,000.
I don't know.
That didn't occur to you to ask?
Not really, because I'm like, it sounded like a good idea, kind of. But it sounded like a good idea, kind of, but...
He just gives you $100, you give him $100, and then he gives you $1,000 the next day, just cause, like...
I said that he said he would give it, he was going to get it from his aunt, like... What they did
or
with it.
Why?
Why? No.
Why would he do this for you?
I don't know, because I'm a friend. To help out. I don't know. I would have did the same thing, but
do you
for
suppose
somebody.
There's a little something I don't know?
Maybe a lot of something.
That's kind of how I feel. So are you going to cough it up, or do I just go over to him?
There's nothing to cough up.
What's going on?
Basically, I seen a chance to get extra money, but it didn't work out in my favor.
What was the chance that you had to get extra money?
Now, my friend, his aunt, basically, she works for this little firm or whatever, and it's like a scam. Like they told me it wasn't a scam, but I obviously got scammed out of my money as well.
No, I don't want to hear your conclusions about how you got scammed. I want to hear what you thought you were doing. Tell me what they enticed you with and told you would happen and how.
It was basically I give them extra money, like a scam. If I give them $400 and I get a check for $4,000.
Why? How?
I don't know how. I just know.
Oh, you people are completely full of baloney.
That it works.
Who are you to him?
Girlfriend.
You're his girlfriend? Were you his girlfriend in July? No. Okay. That was going to make it very interesting. What is going on? There's obviously more to this than meets either you were involved in a pyramid scheme or you were involved in some kind of fraud. Tell me the truth about what was the original plan.
The plan was I give somebody $400 and I get $4,000 back. It's a scam. It's basically an income tax
How were
scam.
you? Was somebody going to turn $400 into $4,000 for you?
I don't know. I don't do the scam.
How did you find out later that it was?
Basically.
What kind of scam?
I was told that it was an income tax scam.
What did you tell her when you asked her for the 100?
I told her it was a 50-50 chance that we might get it or we might not get it.
Did you tell her what you just told me?
I told her it was an income tax scam.
Oh, so you went to her and you got her $100 telling her that it was an income tax scam?
Basically.
No.
Oh, so then you weren't bamboozled. You knew what you were doing from the beginning.
Yeah, I knew that it was a scam, like not a scam, but I knew.
No, it's a scam. You can say
yeah,
scam because scam is what it is. That's who you're dating. You're dating a scam artist. All right, and so now you get told that and still hand over the 100, but according to you, he signs a contract saying if I don't get your 1,000, I'll return your 100.
Your Honor, he's telling the story. He did not break it down like that. He didn't even elaborate on no scam or anything like that. And I have the evidence that says that. He said that I will give you $1,000 if you give me the 100, if, ands, and no buts. Like he was so confident. He made sure.
Let me see. This is hysterical. Let me see the contract you claim he signed. Did you sign a contract?
I didn't sign any contract.
Really?
Let's see it.
Thank you.
Is this your signature?
No, that just looks like somebody just scribbled.
What is this? It purports to be text messages back and forth.
Oh, that's the Facebook message when we actually was having the conversation. That's how we was communicating.
I give my aunt 300. I get a check for 4 racks. If you give me 150, I'm gonna give you 1,000 on Friday. If BV, any chance this blank don't work, which I have no doubts because this would be the 3rd time I did it, you'd still get your bread back regardless. Did you write that?
Yeah.
Oh, what part of that isn't guaranteeing her bread back regardless? Where's the stuff that came before it? I want to see what he told you before it.
No, this is the whole conversation. It started from July 31st.
That day?
Yes, July 31st.
No,
with
there
the
had
good
to be
morning.
some discussion other than this. You can't be this stupid.
Before the conversation,
is she the stupid? Who are you guys? Sisters? I mean, this is crazy.
It's a little crazy.
What's the conversation before this?
It has nothing to do with this. It's a regular. It's really irrelevant. Like the conversation's for going swimming or something.
She says in your Facebook page on August 14th, you did sign a contract. I will go through with this procedure. And you respond, I didn't sign a contract. You respond, you're not the only person waiting for money. Like I ain't even play you. My phone blanked up like blank. I look like doing all that for 100. You're bugging. I was trying to get you your money first, soon as I got out of jail, which was Thursday, but now you coming crazy. Go ahead, take me to court like you're funny. What'd you go to jail for?
Violation of probation.
What was a violation of probation, other than everything you just confessed to in open court? What was a violation of probation?
I had to do community service, and I didn't do it, so they sent me back.
You can't even be bothered to do that? I never signed a contract. Yeah, I kind of want to see the whole Facebook thing. Get the Facebook page up. I want to see the conversation between you two.
Okay, no. Somebody says, I'll give you $1,000 tomorrow if you give me 100 today. You gonna do it?
No.
Why?
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it does. Some people actually get that money and some people don't. Would you gamble on it?
No, I would not. Absolutely not.
Okay, now the big question is the plaintiff, the woman, as much of a crook as the defendant for doing it in the first place?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think?
Yes. She was trying to be doing something shady, and so was he. They're trying to make...
Oh, I think that's exactly what happened going inside the courtroom.
Come over here, please. Come over here. Find it for me. Find the conversation for me. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. When are you going to make my day? I don't know. I have to see. No rush. Okay, cool. I would rather have your number if you have NP giving, no problem giving it to me. Blah, blah, blah. Was he flirting with you?
Yes.
Were you flirting back?
No.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you were.
Yeah, kinda. Like,
Boy, you can pick him, huh? You got a pretty smile. I'm gonna have to keep you smiling. Thanks, that's kind of your duty, and ditto. Duty? I could make it my duty. As my new friend, you have to keep me smiling. I mean, that's the perks of being my friend. Come and get me so I could feed you, you say.
I hope Mom ain't listening.
I don't even remember that part.
Ah, and then you were all upset because he's ignoring you. Okay, here we go. So he actually says to you, good morning. You trying to make $1,000 by Friday, gorgeous? How? I give my aunt $300, my aunt, and I get a check for 4 racks. If you give me $150, I'm gonna give you $1,000 on Friday. If by any chance this blank don't work out, which I have no doubts because this would be the 3rd time I did it, you'll still get your bread back. You say you didn't sign that document and that she's forging it, which is entirely possible, but it certainly sounds like you agreed. Why are you nodding when I say it's entirely possible? Did you forge that contract?
No.
Okay. Well, that's what you were nodding to while I was saying.
I was like happy you was reading. I'm like,
go ahead, go back to the lectern. But it's certainly what you say in the Facebook post. It's certainly what you say to her. So do tell, why are you suing for $1,000 if what the agreement was is I'll give you $1,000 or $100 on Friday?
Because I feel that was the agreement in the beginning, and after all the BS he did and extra, then he tried to get smart with me.
I should give you the benefit of your illicit deal that couldn't possibly have been anything legitimate? I don't think so. And why would I not order you to give her back the $100 when those were the terms upon which you took her $100?
Well, basically, I told her, because that's what I was told, I was going to get money regardless if it didn't work or if it did or did not work. So I was just going to give her money.
Yeah, I don't care what somebody told you. I don't care. Well, I don't care, but the authorities might be interested in the kind of scam artist that you are. I care right now about the one thing that's in front of me, which is it's actually true that she is that naive. Well, not naive. Stupid is a better word. That she would give a guy she barely knows $100 on the promise that he's going to give her $1,000. I thought it couldn't be true. I thought you must have. I thought that she would be smarter and would say something like, "How? What? Tell me how," and that you would tell her. But then I read the post, and you don't tell her at all, and she's happy to give you the money, and she's making plans to give you the money. It's
no,
crazy.
Actually, when we met up, the part you didn't see, when I actually dropped the money off, he said that his aunt was going to do the procedures with the check, and he explained it a little bit. He didn't say anything about a scam or anything else like that.
What did he say about the aunt?
That's crazy.
He said, "Oh, my aunt, she can turn the money into the $3,000. She lives in New York." He was breaking down the information, actually.
But how? How did he break down the information?
That's all he said, that she could turn it into the 100 into the 3,000.
But how?
Writing a check. I'm thinking it was like bad checks or something. That's the only thing I was thinking.
I'm glad you said that, because once you said that, now I understand that you are every bit as illicit. You're not just naive, you're also a scam artist. And when two people have their own little criminal activity, they don't come to the court to ask the court to take their long arm of the law and help them out to give them back their investment when they're busy trying to play into bad checks and make money through some illegal activity. So my verdict in this case is for the defendant, not because because you're right or because you're not a criminal, because you are, but because you're every bit as criminal as he is. Goodbye, folks.
Well, the plaintiff said the magic words when you said, oh, I thought it was bad checks or something. You realize that?
Yeah, I realized it.
What do you realize?
That it was a bad check.
You realize that you were trying to buy into an illegal scheme?
Partially I was, but at the same time, on the other hand, he did sign the contract, so either way, I should have.
Judges don't enforce illegal contracts about criminal activity.
It was a contract, and that's all I have to say.
All right, right down there, okay? All right, so step in here and tell me, how do you feel about yourself coming out of the courtroom under these circumstances?
I really don't know how to feel right now, but just glad it's over with.
You are still his girlfriend?
Yes.
You're not concerned about any of the story that you just heard?
I mean, it was before I was here, so I'm not involved with that.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, now, he is so right. They were both crooks in this thing. They both knew it was shady. They knew it was probably illegal, and they both did it. And when stuff like that happens, the judge doesn't decide who's the lesser crook and who's the bigger crook. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is the plaintiff, Michelle Moradell. She says she bought a real clunker from the shady defendant and ended up bringing the car back to him because it was a piece of junk. He gave her a receipt that said no balance due and promised to return a deposit. Well, of course he didn't, because she's in court today. And if he wants a lawsuit, he's got one. She's suing for $5,000 for all she's out. This is the defendant, Joe Rost. He says the plaintiff went belly up on the car loan. The car was returned to him and he resold it. This whole business about her having issues with the car being no good are simply not true. He's been in business for quite a while and knows for a fact he's in the right. He's accused of making promises and not keeping them.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff bought a clunker from the defendant and says he won't return her deposit, but the defendant says she's a liar. It's the case of I got clunk in the trunk.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Michelle Moradell.
Hi, how are you?
You are suing Colorblend Automotive.
Yes.
Represented here by Joe Rost. You are the owner? Okay. For $5,000 that you say should be paid back to you, a down payment, and any payments that you made on a car that you bought from them, that you surrendered, plus an additional $2,500 in emotional distress because you're so distressed about surrendering the car that you didn't finish paying for. You're going to have to educate me here. What's going on?
I had met Joe through a mutual friend. He said he could finance me through, getting a car at bad credit. He's seen me walking. I have 2 kids to my daughter to school every day. Rain, snow. He said he wanted to help me out. So he had got a car, he picked out a car, and he said that he couldn't get it inspected because there was a frame that was cracked, so he had picked out the Mercury Sable. So I had it for about 20 hours, and the transmission seal had broke on the transmission.
What year car was this?
It's 01 Mercury Sable.
Okay, and do you have paperwork from the transaction?
No.
You were buying it at what price?
The whole financing, with the financing, it was a little over $10,000.
Okay, but that's not my question. What's the sale price of the car?
Selling price, we received $39.95.
Is that the selling price of the car? What is the selling price of the car?
Your Honor.
Can someone actually answer the question?
$7,313.59.
Can I see the paperwork?
That's the first page.
Did you ever check to see what the Blue Book value of the car was?
No, you didn't. No, I didn't, Your Honor.
That's like the first.
I know. I was very desperate. I walk everywhere.
Look how desperate you are. It takes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
control
very
yourself for 30 seconds and go on the computer and find out what
I should have. Yes.
All right. Can we find out what the Blue Book value is? Do you know what the Blue Book value of the car was?
Sure, it's less than that.
How much less?
Probably $5,000, $5,500.
Okay, and you were trying to help out this desperate mother of two?
Well, the situation is this. This young lady's credit would not allow us.
Oh, no, that's nothing to do with the sale price. That has to do with jacking up the payments
I'm
and
trying
the
to
interest.
explain to you why I had to have the price accelerated so I could get money from the finance company. I received from the finance company a check for $2,300.
Okay.
And the purchase, we had to sign a repurchase agreement, meaning if they failed to make their payments, we, being the dealership, would have to pay that note off.
Right.
Which is what transpired.
So she was borrowing, she put down $1,000, so she was borrowing what, like $6,000, and that's what was financed?
Yes.
And that's what turns, in the end of the day, it into $10,000 for a car that's worth $5,000. So he says, we'll find out, but okay. So go on.
So the transmission seal broke after 24 hours.
How do you know that's what broke?
I brought it to his shop.
Okay.
My son was 6 months old. The car kept jerking back and forth. So I made it to his shop, and he said, I'll look at it. I'll get it fixed. So 6 days later, the car was fixed. He said it was a transmission seal. It was sitting, and it cracked, and that's what had happened to the car. I was making $336 payments on the car.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have bad credit.
Yeah. I needed to, I kept breaking down I was getting 9 miles to the gallon. I called him.
What do you mean you kept breaking down?
Well, he said he had to fix the gas gauge, so I got the car 3 or 4 days after I signed the papers and stuff. He said he was going to fix it, so I called him and I said, listen, I'm breaking down. I'm putting gas in the car.
What do you mean breaking down? Do you mean running out of gas? Because you're talking about a gas gauge. That's different than breaking down.
Well, the whole car
do you mean say it again?
The whole car would shut down and it would just stop right there.
Okay, meaning that you ran out of gas?
Yes.
Okay, that is not breaking down. That is running out of gas.
Okay. So is it ever, if this woman paid $2,000 over Blue Book, is it ever okay to pay more than Blue Book?
Absolutely not. I mean, if you're going to do that, you're just setting yourself up for something.
What do you think, sir?
Absolutely not.
What if it's like a...
I think so. I think possibly, because what if it's a car that she really liked? And then you can't get it anywhere else. What if she liked the color?
Stay with me, and when we finish the show, I'm going to sell you my car. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, so you kept running out of gas because the gas gauge was broken?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd put gas in there. I kept calling him. He said, bring it in, and then he would call me and tell me that I needed to change the day. So I would do it through the mileage, and I was getting about 9 miles to the gallon. I had called the finance company. I said, this car is not going to last the whole loan. And they said that they were going to send the contract back to him. So they sent the contract back to him. He wrote me a balance receipt with no balance due.
Right.
He said the finance company had my down payment.
I know, but okay. All right. So you buy a car, a used car. It has a warranty. And you decide, change my mind. I know I signed that contract, but I don't feel like abiding by it.
Yeah. Well, I had asked the finance company, and they told me that they could send it back. He had told
they don't care, because the person who gets stuck with it then is him, because he did a repurchase thing. He was indemnifying the finance company. But that's not the point. The point is that you have a loan that says that you're going to pay X, and you're going to pay it for X amount of time. Yeah. And when the rest of us do that, we have a consequence, which is we got to pay X for X amount of time.
Yes.
Why are you special? If your answer is because I kept running out of gas, that's not a special thing.
No, that's not it, Your Honor.
If it's that, they weren't honoring the warranty, then explain that. But it looks like what you did, you just testified. I looked at it and I decided this wasn't such a good idea after all, because I don't think it's going to last me 10 years, or whatever. The payments were going to go on for how long?
The term?
Yeah.
36 months.
Okay, I don't think it's going to last me 3 years, judging by how this used car is doing right now, this 5-year-old car is doing right now. What year was this car?
01.
Oh, excuse me. Judging by how this 12-year-old car is doing right now, I don't know that it's going to last me 3 years. You know what? This was a bad idea. I changed my mind. Here, take your car. I mean, there are consequences to that, because see, now he's not chasing you for the rest of the money. He took it, he fixed it, he sold it, and if there were any lumps to take, he took the lumps. You, however, now want every penny that you spent on a car you drove for 2 months back from him.
Well, I
right?
had gotten advice, Your Honor, from the finance company. They told me that I could do that. That's why I had
Yeah,
done
I'm
that.
sure because because the finance company goes like this, right? They're good. They don't care. But why? Why would that be fair?
Well,
I mean, you had a warranty with him that he was honoring. I mean, why didn't you just take it in and have him fix whatever was bothering you?
Yeah, well, he had told me he would give me my money back, and then he had told me the finance company
Did you ever
had
tell
it.
her that you would give her deposit and her 2 payments back?
No, ma'am.
Okay, nobody is going to tell you that because that is not how the real world works. Have you ever bought a car before?
No, I haven't.
Right. That is not how the real world works. You know?
Your Honor, he had told me, though, that he had given the down payment to the finance company and never had. So he told me that he went back and forth on his
none of what you're
story.
saying really matters. You have a contract with him, and you have a contract that is financed. He then subs the financing to a third party, to the finance company, okay? He had to pay off your loan. Do you understand that or you don't?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, how much did you have to pay the finance company?
$22.50.
Okay, then he had to, so he's out that. He's out the $3,500 or more than that, $4,000 that you owe on the purchase price of the car, $5,000, he's out that. And then he sells the car so he makes up some of that, but he's out the rest. Why should he return to you 2 payments and your down payment? You surrendered a car. When a person surrenders a car, they're going like this. And they may owe more money after that, which that may be the case that you owe more money, but he is just calling it a day and not pursuing you for the more money. But you're pursuing him. You got to drive it for 2 months and you want that to be free. That is not how the real world works. I have a very strong suggestion for you. Save your pennies. Buy a car that you can afford so that you don't end up paying $10,000 for a car worth $3,000, all right? And then buy it after you've had it inspected by a mechanic who can tell you these are the things that are going to be wrong with it. But in this situation, under these facts, you do not collect every penny you put into trying to buy this car back from the defendant because you decided to surrender the car. Verdict for the defendant.
It's too bad for the plaintiff that the law says you can't collect.
It definitely does. He took advantage of a single mom of 2, so.
Right.
You know.
Don't leave yet. You think he knew he was doing that? Are you saying he did it on purpose?
He definitely did.
Why would he do that?
You know, he seen me walking with my kids. He wanted to make money, so I'll leave it in God's hands. I'll pray for him.
All right, so what have you learned now? I mean,
not to trust people like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so the defendant comes out on the winning end of this case. What do you think?
Well,
he says you took advantage of it.
Justice was served. I go along with the judge's decision.
Well, you have no choice there.
Right.
But what about her comment that you saw her walking in and she was a mark?
Absolutely not. She wanted to purchase a car, limited funds, limited credit. I made it happen. And then,
and the law's on your side.
3,000 miles later, she don't want the car.
Okay. Harvey?
You know, one of the biggest tricks that people use when they sell a car is they give you a low price and then they're going to finance the car. And you always look at the price and don't think of the financing. When you buy a car, you have to factor in the financing because ultimately the question is how much money are you shelling out to buy this vehicle and what are you going to get when you end up unloading it? The cost of financing is as important as the cost of the car itself.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.